resolution, it's that cultural competency, especially from a school that's as diverse as mine. It's very it comes from a place where it's very nice to have people who understand what it's like to have differences in the world. And when you're in a place that's just so different, sometimes it's just nice to have people you can talk to about those experiences and have a certain input with law enforcement that you usually don't see. There's also the the de-escalation of situations that we usually don't want our hall monitor staff to deal with, which creates that domino effect when it gets into classrooms, ends up disrupting our learning time, ends up hindering what our teachers have to do or what the students have to do, which is to learn when they go there. There's just so much when it comes to school, and of course, school is basically another community, and it takes a lot to make the school work, and it takes a lot to have everything running through that day. And I feel like SROs are a piece of that puzzle in the school as well. And I feel as though they play a big role as much as everyone else as staff. And they are more than officers to me, they are staff. They are people who do their job extremely well. They are effective in their situation because they're there. That's what they've been trained to do. They understand the situations they have to deal with. And I feel as though they're very, very necessary for us in our day.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your testimony. Next, we have Darian Muhen. You did a good job, Candace, kicking us off, so thank you so much. Welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself and you can begin your testimony.
Hello, Madam Chair and members. My name is Darian Muhen, and I am part of the Robbinsdale Cooper High School Multicultural Advisory Committee. I would first like to start off by just saying, me as a Black teen woman in high school, safety is an important factor in my life. I love to be able to walk into my schools and feel safe and know that there are SROs present who are watching me to make sure that I am safe constantly throughout the day until I leave out that building. But the SROs being gone, you feel that lack of safetyness and that lack of comfortability walking into your school, knowing that someone is watching out for you and that you can be safe throughout the school day. It has the lack of relationships with the students, knowing that comfortability of having that relationship with an officer isn't a modern thing that you see these days between teens. Teens and officers usually aren't as comfortable around each other. But at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, you can tell that the teens and the SROs that are present at our school have that relationship. And they're able to trust them and to rely on them that you can be safe throughout Cooper every single day of your life. And having the SROs not there, it also interrupts our educational process. Parents aren't feeling safe sending their students and sending their kids into our schools, knowing that there is no type of security there. We can't risk our teachers and staff and admins' life knowing that they are not prepared to handle any unsafe situation. We have to trust that our SROs can do that job. And without them being there, we are risking the lives of students, right? The lives of admin, the lives of staff, and that's just not right. I should be able to go to Cooper and go to my school and feel safe throughout the entire day. And that's why we need SROs back in the building. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your testimony. Chad Hill, you're up next. Welcome. You can introduce yourself and begin your testimony.
All right. Madam Chair, members, my name is Chad Hill. I'm a sophomore at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, and I'm representing the Multicultural Advisory Committee. To start off, I think that the whole point in SROs are to break down barriers. I think everyone knows and can agree that police officers in schools should be about breaking down barriers, if that's race or gender or whatever it may be. But I think it's about community building. If we have community building within SROs, being a part of spirit and being a part of what we do within the school is very important. With that, who wouldn't want someone, I'm sure many of you on this committee are parents yourselves, possibly, and I think who wouldn't want their kids to know, or who wouldn't want to know that their kids are safe knowing that SROs are in the building. I think it's very essential, and that SROs should be in the building and that people can have someone to trust. And it's about, I can't speak for every high school, but I do know, having a process in which you choose your SRO for the building or your school is very important. I think Having people who look like you, you're more likely to respond to them and have a relationship with them rather than having a barrier between you. I think it's very essential that we have a process in which districts and schools have or choose SROs that best fit them, and I hope that everyone considers putting SROs back in the building because I really feel that they're very essential to schools.
Thank you. Thanks for your testimony. And we've got Jamron Rush Reese, and then up next, Matt Shaver. So Matt, if you want to work your way down. Welcome to the committee. You can introduce yourself and begin your testimony.
Hi, Madam Chairman and other members. My name is Jamron Rush Reese from the Cooper Multicultural Advisory Committee. I'd like to speak a bit about SROs and their impact and relationships with schools and the community. At my school, with youth today, the public view and perspective on law enforcement and police officers is most oftentimes negative. This stems from most interactions and news they see and hear from the police being negative also, whether that be through screens on their phones or screens on the TVs or one-on-one interactions, the conversations with their friends and families, or at worst, our own personal negative interaction. The law enforcement and police aren't going to go away, no matter how negatively we view them or dislike them. And we can't change that, but something we can change is the public perspective that we have on them, especially the perspective kids have on them and youth can see them. Kids my age and my grade and at my school see officers as people with a great amount of power, see them as uniforms, or see them as just a badge. Through our MAG group and my interactions and ability to have interactions with the SROs, I've been able to form more nuanced view and respect for the law. I think that'd be a very important and necessity for kids and developing young adults to have. To see, most times when people see them, they hear them, see just negatives. And to have this ability to see and build relationships with law enforcement can lead to interactions in the future to later be more respectful and more positive and not get to positions or points where it can be violent or lead to death. To have someone in your school that you know you can trust and know that's there to work and there to work with you and be there to look out and protect you can be great and very inspiring for our developing youth. And it has been for me, especially as a Black young man going to a predominantly POC school, and for other members of our MAC group and other members in our school. And to be able to talk to our SROs that haven't pulled up the building and work with our New Hope Chief, Tim Boyd, has been a great experience for us, those who just spoke, myself, and everyone else at Cooper, a part of the MAG group. And to have the ability to have SROs in the school to build relationships with and know that they're there to keep you safe is an important part of school that most of our kids want and I think should be there and needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your testimony.